Hi peeps, it's Tersse back on the old squat box once again, and what I'm providing here for you is a little montage from a programme the BBC ran. I think it's called A Day in the Life of the NHS or something like that. Basically I'll show you some of the clips from some people who attended hospital in the NHS from several different places in the UK over the period of 24 hours. And then at the very end there'll be a montage of the outcomes of some of the patients that you've seen. Some of them you won't have seen clips of, but they were people treated on that day, and it tells you the outcome of the treatment. One was a small boy who's had an operation to a tumour in his brain, and the scans showed that it might be growing, and then at the end it tells you that he did have a second operation. Another one was a woman who goes in for a stomach band to lose weight, but they didn't carry out the operation at the time she went into hospital, because when they entered her abdomen through keyhole surgery, they found what looked like a mass, which could be a cancerous growth, so they stopped the operation right away in order to deal with that first, and it tells you at the end how that turned out. And the other's a man who had a stroke, collapsed at work, was rushed into the hospital and treated, and a dear old lady who had been suffering from cancer for a year or so. And anyway, I hope that you have a look at this and see that a national health service is something the country should definitely have if you're a westernised modern nation, and how important it is to have it. But also it does bring up the subject of abuses of the system. For instance, people dash into the emergency unit because they have some chest pains, only to find out it was indigestion or, you know, a bruised rib or something, and if they just took a paracetamol and waited to see their doctor, they'd have been told there was nothing wrong, you know. But they take up a lot of time and energy getting x-rays and stuff like that in the hospital, which is expensive. But it proves that it's still worthwhile having a free at point of need national health service, because sometimes somebody goes in with a chest pain and it is something serious which needs to be treated as quickly as possible, and if they waited to see the doctor, it would only get worse, or perhaps would result in them collapsing and dying before they got to the hospital. So I suppose there's ups and downs to the whole idea of a national health service free at point of need, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't fund it. In fact, I think we should fund that before we start funding wars and nuclear bombs. That's just me. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the little collage of images and stories, and if you can find the programme on the BBC, it's worth watching. Cheers guys.
Okay, forward. She's trying to get an access into the groin. So she's trying to get into the artery, and this is a little bit difficult because he's big. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. Oh, there you are. But she's good. She's got access now, and everything we're going to do is from the groin. Okay?
2 hours ago, 64-year-old Graham was rushed to A&E with a clot in his brain.
It's going to be a problem.
The team need to remove the clot before Graham suffers permanent brain damage.
Okay, wire forward, please.
Dr. Patanka will try and remove the clot using a procedure he's only been performing for 10 months. He's going to access Graham's brain through an artery in his groin. It's a risky operation that only a handful of hospitals perform.
So now I have to find my way. It's like driving a car. You're kind of trying to get your car now parked into the vessel in the left side of the neck. So I'm going to try and see how his blood vessels are. Okay, lovely. Happy with that? Got it?
The treatment has been there for a long time. Retrieving clots in other parts of the body have been going on, but for stroke, of late, it has been, promoted in the last 1 year a lot more.
The main issue is what we've got to try and do is get blood flow back to that part of the brain that's not working. So the left hemisphere, which controls language, and the power to the right side of the body. The critical thing is to be able to try and get the clot out of the middle cerebral artery, which is providing blood to that area of the brain. So that's what's happening at the moment.
What's the success rate?
Oh, don't ask now. Life is full of surprises. Everybody ready? While there? This is the clot here, huh, John? I'm actually going through the clot. I can feel it, It's not easy because you can't see anything. Everything is blind. Everything is in my head. Believe me, this is stressful. Come on, guys. Okay. Oh, don't come back, baby. Bingo. Ah, succeeded. Lovely. Brilliant. What's happened is his brain needed perfusion, right? I have opened it now, so the perfusion is there. And now we can go back in and try and take the clot out. Something has come. Let's clean that up.
The final challenge is to pull the entire clot back through Graham's body. If at any point the clot breaks up, it could trigger another stroke.
You can aspirate. Lovely. Come in. There's clot everywhere. Bastard. Okay? Lovely. Oh, look at that. Brilliant, man. I'm so pleased. John, happy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's okay. That looks good.
God, that was so much clot, wasn't it? Everywhere. The clot was just everywhere. Everything came out. Look at that. Whew.
4 hours and £16,000 later, blood flow has been restored to Graham's brain.
Money is an issue. I mean, these are expensive. How much money have I spent here? Quite a bit. But I think it's still worth it for a man who's paid his taxes for his life. I would want it, wouldn't you? I pay taxes. I pay 50% tax. I need to have this treatment if I get a stroke.
No system is perfect, but the ability to do this sort of thing would not be available in other healthcare systems to anybody who just came in off the street. I don't know this gentleman, I've never met him, I don't know what his background is, and that just doesn't matter, we just get on and treat him.
But the success of this operation is still unknown.
It's not so much whether they survive these events or not, but most people have got a real fear of being left with severe neurological disability. Although it's very good we've got blood coming down the artery, what really matters is what's happened to the brain, and we will not know that until the anaesthetic has been reversed and we actually wake him up and actually see what the residual problems will be.
And just let it go.
I don't like the sound of cancer at all.
What, the word or what?
Anything about it, I just don't want to know.
What's the prognosis, or do you know?
Well, I don't really ask. I just say, well, I'm not going to have. I don't want the operation. It's very, very serious and I'm a bit old for that. But there you are, it's no good complaining, is it? Then I've got to a good old age.
How old are you now?
90, don't mention it.
Is it frightening?
Frightening? Oh yes, when I think about it. I don't know, well, I don't know why you've got to die sometime. I don't particularly want to die a painful death, just to go to Bye-byes. If I can.
You've got pneumonia.
Yes, so they told me.
Good. You're getting better.
Good, good.
Okay.
Yes.
It's going to take
But he knows that the doctor told me if I didn't get better, I'd die.
Well, yes.
And I thought, well, at 89, who cares?
The October weather means Liz and the team in CDU are busy juggling beds. They've already seen 50 patients today, many of them elderly.
I know, but to get you home, we need a relative.
People are getting older and treatments get more sophisticated and we can make people live longer.
Hello. This is the team looking after you today.
Hello.
Over the last sort of few weeks, have you felt sort of more tired or breathless? Yes, yeah. Is that been sort of gradually getting worse?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I think you've had an operation, a number of tests on the colon before, haven't you?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. Breast cancer.
Yeah, they had the breast cancer. And,
yes, and that was done.
And then there was the colon one as well.
Well, nobody said a word about that.
Nobody said anything about that?
No.
Okay. You have problems with your memory a little bit recently?
At the moment, I can't remember anything twice.
Right. I think because you got a bit anemic, it might be worth us giving you a couple of pints of blood to top you up.
Oh, not again.
The honest truth is I don't think there's an awful lot more that I can do to slow it down.
The only thing I don't like here is no daylight.
No, I agree with you. This is totally the wrong room for you, and we'll find you a room with some daylight.
Oh, please.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
How long have you been poorly?
I don't really know. Last Christmas it started, I think, or just before. And that I went in because I thought I'd broken my hip and I hadn't. It was to do all with this, I don't know what it is. I don't like it anyway.
I don't think anybody likes to be poorly, do they?
No, well that's the pleasure of growing old. You can't have both. That's Bernard, my husband.
Oh, I've got to sit down, Jeanette.
Yes, I know you have. I'm
before I
sorry
fall down.
to drag you out. I'm not quite sure why I'm in here.
They're making a clinical decision about what's going to happen to you in the...
What is going to happen to me?
Well, they're either going to put you in the ward, I suppose, or send you home. She's got this bowel cancer, and we've got to face up to the fact that she's in a very bad position. And we make the best of it while we can, what's left to us. When you get to my age, you appreciate the fact that you haven't got much longer to go.
You're going to what?
That you haven't got much longer to go. You're going to pop your cork sometime, so...
Well, of course we are.
My friends have all said if it was me, I wouldn't be as brave as you, but I don't personally think it's about being brave. I think if it was you haven't got a choice. What would you do otherwise? But I don't know. I couldn't kill myself. So you have to do it. It's not about being brave, I don't think.
10 people under the age of 24 will be diagnosed with cancer today.
Do you ever feel scared? No. Oh, that's one thing I've never felt scared. I'm scared of being sick. It's one thing I hate. So, no, I've never felt scared, really. Yeah, that's weird, that is, isn't it? No, my mum is. God, speak to her, bloody hell.
Like many young people with cancer, Laura was misdiagnosed several times before her brain tumour was discovered.
Your bed's ready, so we'll get all your stuff packed up and then we'll get you escorted up.
Oh, good.
Is that alright?
Lovely.
Alright then.
In CDU, Jeanette is finally being moved upstairs to her room with a view. A few doors down, a hospital regular has just been readmitted. 58-year-old Ken.
What brought you into hospital?
Well, my mate's bad was just throwing up blood and everything.
You know, you mentioned that you take heroin, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Heroin and crack cocaine.
And do you drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the reason why they've referred you to us again, so that we can make sure you're on whatever it is that you need to be on, you know, to stay comfortable while you're here.
Yeah.
So how much would you do a day again?
Well, about 50 quid a day. Depends on how much money we got.
Okay.
It's expensive habit, but just don't get a lot.
Yeah. Okay. And in terms of like alcohol, how much would you drink a day again?
I was having like 6 cans of Skull Super a day, which is 10%.
Yeah.
3 litre bowl of white lightning. But I was waking up, putting myself with snake bites.
All right then. Well, let's get your meds sorted out for tonight, and then tomorrow we'll come back and review things, see how you are, and we'll try and get some kind of plan in place for when they send you home.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
A friend of Ken's has turned up at reception, hoping to pay him a visit.
I'm sure. Yeah, that's fine. You can write me a little note. It's fine. You can write me a little note and I'll take it round to him. But I wouldn't be allowing you to come and see him at the moment. He's not doing very well. He just needs peace and quiet.
Hello, it's a bit.
Kenneth?
Yeah.
Is that your friend?
Yeah.
I've not let him in.
I know, 'cause
He's quite drunk.
Yeah, yeah.
I got him to write you a little note though, because he's worried about you.
Yeah.
So I've told him that you're very well.
I'm going to have a foot smoking, but I've got my coat anyway.
You won't have a drink out there, will you?
No.
Yeah. It would be very dangerous to have some alcohol now, because we're giving you drugs that are supporting you being off the alcohol. Right, hold on, because you've got a line that's attached to you. So you need to just wait a minute. Your friends can wait. You need to just wait for the nursing staff to make sure that they were all sorted now and we can get you this out, all right?
Can you undo this bag?
Yeah.
Please.
You'll come back in, won't you?
Yeah, of course we will.
Mate, that's fine. See you in a bit, Kenneth.
Okay.
Take a walk slowly.
How common is that kind of thing?
Very common. I'd say about, I don't know, maybe like 25% maybe of our patients are that similar. Can't really judge, but it's hard when you get them in time and time again. I think that's when it becomes hard, because you seem to be giving them all the right care and medication and treatment, yet they'll just go back out and drink again. But that's all we can keep doing. That's their way of life in and out of hospital, I suppose. They've been used to it for years. It can be frustrating, but Kenneth's lovely, so I don't mind.
Mr. Lawrence is outside with 2 intoxicated friends.
Oh dear. Okay.
So
do you want me to
we
bring
just
him back in?
No, he's fine. He's assured me he's not going to have a drink, but he's had some chlorodiazepam epoxide, so we just need to be really careful because it will be dangerous if he has a drink. Now, where's he gone?
It's the end of Liz's shift, but she's concerned about Ken. He's been missing since his visitor arrived.
Where has he gone? Might get security just to have a little walk round, because if he's not obviously out here, I don't suppose anybody thinks when they come into nursing that that's what they'll spend like a portion of their day doing. But it is the reality of what I spend my day doing. No.
Thank you, Mr. Moss.
Would you like to drink? Oh, I'll do about tomorrow. No, darling,
I'm trying to get you off smoking, trying to get you off the heroin, and trying to get you off the drink. You know, if this government had their ways up, you wouldn't do nothing, would you? If they want to spend the money on drugs, then fair enough. It's their money, they're earning it. You know.
And what about when you end up in hospital and they have to try and pick up the pieces?
Well, yeah, that is a point. That is a very good point. Okay, I could understand that.
Ken, what's that in your pocket, mate? Ken?
Which?
What's this in your pocket?
That's fucking, I didn't know that was the house from yesterday, that is.
You can't have that. You can't have it in hospital, mate. I'll take that off you. Do you want a blanket around you, mate?
No.
Are you sure? Right, you sit down for me, please.
Ken's chest problem needs monitoring, so a space has been found for him on the ward upstairs, freeing up a bed for another day in CDU.